Drop the brace.
Hey guys, it's Mike and Ryan here, and welcome to our week ahead for week 26. It's been 26 weeks since we started this. So for this week, the update was the range dungeon, and I'm pretty sure everybody has heard everybody's opinions on this, but I'll let Ryan talk about his since he actually did a lot of it, and I don't have the requirements to do pretty much any of it. So go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I was gonna make a video this week about it, but I figured I should save it for the this video. But basically, I went there for about 7 to 8 hours with 4 of my friends, and we didn't get a single crossbow piece combined, all of us. What we were gonna do was we would just keep, whoever got the key, and then whoever got the first piece, we would just give him all of our keys so that he could get the crossbow and sell it. But of course, it combined like 40 hours worth of work. We didn't get a single key. So that's...
So your friends suck, and a friend is just still awesome. Only took him 200 kills to get all 6 pieces.
So JMod has confirmed the drop rate of 1 in 64. And I think there's a lot of things that they could have done better with this update. For instance, when you get the keys, you get 1 piece, but you still don't make any profit from getting that piece. If you want to make any profit from the dungeon, you have to get all 6 parts and then assemble them before you make any profit whatsoever.
Or sell the keys.
Or sell the keys. Because that is just... The drops that aren't crossbow pieces are utter shit.
They've been improved since the second day.
They're still pretty bad, though.
They're still pretty bad, but they're definitely for a 95 Slayer monster. I'll put it that way. They're definitely bad.
95 Slayer boss too.
Boss, yeah, monster boss. That's the same thing as what I meant.
Yeah, and I think if they made it so that you got more kills per key piece, or if something like, I think they should make it that if you get the key, you have like a 1 in 20 chance. But if you sell the key, like you have to do something to the key, and then it automatically becomes a lesser chance of getting it. Like it could be like a greater key, and then you would have to like do something to the key, make it a lesser key, and then that's when you can sell it.
Yeah, I didn't pretty much do anything with this update because I didn't have the levels, but it just seems like they put way too many hoops to have to get through in order to get the crossbow, because it is work your ass off to get the keys or buy them for a shit ton of money. Go and kill the bosses, get lucky enough to get all 6 of them. And you can't get it's not just get 6 of the drops and then put them together. You have to get 1 of the signet ones, 1 of the 2, 1 of the 3. You have to get all 6 of those. Then you also have to get a dragon crossbow and put the signets on the crossbow to make a crossbow, and congratulations, you have 1.
Yep, it's not even... The only thing that I liked about it was that you can actually change it from an offhand to a main hand whenever you want.
But I guess that's really not such of a big deal, since Jiggy recently brought up that there is a glitch. Did you hear about the offhand glitch?
No.
Apparently, with range right now, if you wield a weapon in your main hand, say the Ascension crossbow, and then wield like a bronze crossbow in your offhand, it counts that offhand as an offhand Ascension crossbow.
Yeah, I've heard something like that.
And it only works for...
you can still use the bolts.
Yeah, and you can still use the bolts just fine. So I guess at that point, there's not so bad that you need to go through all that to get 1, but it still seems like a little bit too much they went into to try to make it... I understand what they were trying to do. They were trying to increase the money you can make from TDs while making a weapon that would stay expensive for longer. But I think they just made it a little bit too much.
Yeah, because they're ridiculously harder to get than Drygors. And really, the level 90 like weapons, they're better than Chaotix, but they're not like 400 mil better, in my opinion, at least.
No. And at the moment, there aren't that many bosses that require range, so
I mean, like, Nex is the only one, and you only use it to kill the minions.
Or Cowfight King, and like Cowfight King is pretty much the mage phase. You're spending most of your time running around anyway.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I could see it a little better at Calfight King, but it's not worth spending 400 mil just to do the mage phase, especially with how low the Drygore drops are now.
Or ripping your nuts off to get a freaking one piece. Friend of mine spent like 80 mil, pretty much all of the money that he had left after buying Herblore and Prayer and Drygores and all that, and he did not get a single piece. It was 80 kills and he got 2 mil. Yeah, that was before. Like most of that, I'm pretty sure. Like what was it? 60 kills were before the drops were made better. But he said that in those 20 kills that were after that, 60% of his profit was made from the upgraded drops. That's how bad they were the day before.
So yeah, I think there was a lot of things they could have done better, and I know that JMods are like looking into it. I think Mod Timbo on the high level forum said that they were thinking of making it like 5 kills per key or something.
I think that would work out.
But of course, while there's people that support that, there's people that are against that. So yeah.
Of course, I mean, there's not going to be an update that everybody is for. Even Ports had its haters.
I don't think it has that much haters anymore though, but still.
Oh no, it still has its haters. There are people complaining that they're gonna have Ports updates. They're like, doesn't need it. We're done with Ports. It's boring now.
So on the same day that the Ascension Dungeon was released, they also quote unquote nerfed the tackle box. So you can no longer take fish out of it unless you're in a bank, which makes it useless for PVMing now. And I made a thread about this on both the high level forums and the clan leader forums. And I actually got like a post from Mod Saber in my thread, and he said that it wasn't really supposed to be a nerf, but he said that they shouldn't have waited that long to fix it, and that in the future they're not going to wait, 8 months to fix something that everyone gets used to. Which, they need to start doing that. 8 months, like
it's the same with the effigy thing.
I know that people were, especially clans like PVM clans, they had tackle box as a requirement to get into their clans, and so a lot of those kind of people just wasted all of their time, which I feel bad for, but obviously I'm still going to do it anyway for TrimCom.
I just have a feeling that while it did take them too long, that it made it really hard to come up with bosses that were challenging for normal people who did not have the tackle box, because the tackle box is something that a lot of people don't even know about. So they wouldn't assume to make it like part of the bossing regimen in some cases. And so they had to kind of fix that in order to be able to understand, keep the amount of food that you have in your inventory and in your familiar without having to also factor in how much you're carrying in a tackle box as well. But that goes into a whole discussion about whether emergent gameplay is good. Which, do you know what emergent gameplay is, Ryan?
Nope.
It's basically when players find a way to use an item that was unintended by the developers.
Okay.
Some developers like emergent gameplay and like see it as like, oh cool, they came up with something that we didn't have any idea. And then others think, well, if they're using that, they're using it in an advantageous way to get over the system. And so it's just like, some people don't like that and some people do. And I think Jagex tries to do a little of both. And in this case, it was just an update that everybody was so used to, they just didn't see it coming.
And the last update that I want to talk about, it's really unknown to people, but I know that everyone has been experiencing this, and that's that you're randomly getting muted and you don't know why. And when you go into your, like account thing, it'll say that you got reported for website advertising. So they have the auto mute feature, which they're using to ban those PM bots that PM you gold farming stuff. But I think his name's Mod Lion, he also made it so that you get auto muted for profanity. and depending on how you use it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're saying stuff to like over PM or in your clan and you're getting muted for it, it's not your friend or your clanmate's fault. You're getting auto muted. I think it's especially geared towards like racial slurs and homophobic stuff. But I just wanted to let everyone know.
That would make sense. You do say faggot a lot.
So if you get muted for something, I just wanted to let you know it's probably the auto mute system, and you should probably watch what you say a little now that they have that.
Does it count as strike, or is it just...
I know that there's different levels of it, like they have minor and major.
Alright, now on to what videos we have planned this week. Well, tomorrow we have a very special video that... It's not exactly a RuneScape video, but it has something for everybody, RuneScape players too. So we would like you to watch it and give your feedback on it at the end.
Yeah.
Other than that, on Tuesday I will have a Trailblazing episode because I'm finally able to get clue scrolls again. After last week, I don't think I've said this on recording yet, but I was killing things for about 6 hours last week and I did not get a clue scroll. And that's why I went over and started doing Barrows, and then that's when the Barrows series came up. So yeah, I'll have one on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, or maybe Friday, I will have my second Barrows series. And what do you have planned this week, Ryan?
Well, I have a group video with Mike that we were going to do last week, but then we actually wound up having like everyday videos last week, I think.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to do that this week instead because we just got like more ideas, and this one we could save for later. And then I think I'm also going to do my least 5 favorite skills finally.
Yeah, we've all been on the edge of our seats to witness you doing the skills you hate.
It's going to be a huge rant because my least favorite skills, I absolutely hated doing. I hated maxing them. And you'll see what they are. And you'll probably laugh at all the stories I have about why I hate them.
Why would you make this skill? Roar! Sorry, I was just giving you a little a preview. Alright, and that about wraps up this week's video, guys. Until next time, this is Mike and Ryan from FullHouseRS, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.
God, we're retarded.
But I just wanted to let everyone know.
That would make sense. You do say faggot a lot.
Yeah, like...
I love your silence. I love your silence. You're just like...